Hello, Brackish Brit, and welcome to your deck review. I see we are working on a gambling addiction. Buy one, get one free. Terms and conditions apply. So this is a maybe Rashmi. Okay, I was thinking maybe Rashmi and Ragavan, but just Rashmi. So 4 mana, whenever we cast our first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell with lesser mana value. If you don't cast it, put it into your hand. And I see in your primer, we've done a lot of work to make sure we get this trigger as often as possible. And we're looking for, we take a while to convert to wins. So what can I do to make this win faster? And I think, unfortunately, the likely problem is caring too much about this text box does not go anywhere, right? It's a carousel. It's just value, 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 value. And so I have a couple ideas forming in my head. I'll throw them out in just a second, but I think likely what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to just accept that sometimes Rashmi's trigger is just, oh, my spell draws me a card. Because that's already fucking crazy. In Simic, where you have more money than God intended anyone to ever have in the history of humanity. So just being able to go like, oh, I tap out for a 5 mana spell, maybe I get a Cultivate too, maybe I don't, but I just draw Craterhoof Behemoth because of it, is already fucked, quite frankly. So we have big dumb things. Oh, there's your problem. A defensive 8-drop in this economy? Please. Okay. Respect. Okay. Listen, I love you. Treasure Cruise, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Okay. I'm going to take back everything I just said, and your problems are these 10 cards. If these 10 cards were big things, were big dumb threats, you would have none of the issues you just told me about. Like, we have 39 lands, that's probably fine. We have, I see a little bit of a removal, a couple mana rocks. We can untap our lands. You can stack the top of your deck. You have ramp, that's probably great. We have other value stuff, it looks like. This is the house the call is coming from. If you want to have, I know you may feel bad about it, but I think these, even in bracket 2, these 10 cards are the culprits of, at the mana value where you should be casting things in an attempt to win the game, you are trying to prolong the game instead to no other win con, right? We're trying to, okay, Coma will eventually win the game. It's going to take a really, really, really long time. Like 3 to 4 turns of just making endless serpents, unless your opponents have no blockers. And even our big archetype, isn't even, hey, you die now. Our archetype is, please, please stop hitting me. God, what? I have 10 lands and 20 cards in hand? Why are you pressed, bro? So I think you could fix nearly every perceived issue you have with the deck if on a 1-to-1 basis you changed 9 of these, not this one, not my girl, out for threats. And if you don't want to change these cards out because you're like, oh my god, they're so big and funny and I love what happens when they hit the table so much, you probably need to find this many slots in the deck to be threats. Now those threats don't have to be like one-off game enders. They can be Bahamut. I think Bahamut would be perfect for this type of deck. You know, I get to blow something up. I get to hit people for 9 damage. If I vomit a bunch of stuff onto the board, it will shoot everybody. I will get to do a massive bite and blast. If you want to be a psychopath, Blightsteel Colossus for sure. And like, you know what? If you hardcast this, you got it, man. You earned it. I don't care what anybody says. If you hardcast the fucking 12-drop Trample, Infect, Indestructible, you deserve it. Even on Archetype, I would say Archetype of Imagination so much more potent. All of my swings are just good now. Its stat line isn't very imposing, but like every swing is just chill. And so even if you don't want to do Craterhoof, there are still just so many options for big dumb stupid things that you could be playing that would threaten life totals more than the 10 you have picked right now. So let's see what you got in the other categories. Shuffle your library, reveal the top. If it's a non-land, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If it's a land card, put it on the battlefield, return this to its owner's hand. That's pretty crazy. We have some protection. Okay. All right. Gain hexproof. I don't love that a lot of our protection is 4 mana. Just out the gate. I mean, if you're bracket 2 and you want everyone to feel like you're playing really, really fair, okay. But the fact that we don't have any... The fact that we don't have, like, any counter spells or any, like, spot interaction that can work for this is... Also seems like the thing that makes games go on forever, which I know seems counterintuitive because you're like, oh, it's bracket 2. I don't want to be a dick. I want to let people's game plans unfold. But when you have like 3 or more people in a commander game who just kind of get to solitaire for 5 turns, that is how you get to board stalls. Like that's how you get to I can't even call it precon jail anymore because precons are doing this less and less. But it's how you go to wet noodle jail, where it's just like everybody has too much stuff for anybody to do anything meaningful. So if it was like 1 or 2, fine. But this is basically not a protection section. This is basically I want people to laugh at the cards I'm playing section. Rampant Dorks, I don't think this is enough, but that's not the end of the world if we combine it with your rocks. Like I think we have 12 between these guys and the rocks, so you'll hit 1, get Rashmi on 3. Sure, these are all normal cards. Spicy Rock, yeah. Brainstorm on upkeep, scry 1, surveil 1, upkeep, scry 1. I mean, this hardly lets you stack the top deck, though, right? You get to check this in... I mean, if you have something to cast in response to moving to your own draw step, sure. But that seems really, really aspirational. Like, this is... I can scry away the thing I'm going to draw, not I can set up the thing that I'm going to cast with Rashmi. Like, if you wanted to... Sensei's listen, man. Here's the thing about houses, dog. There's ceilings and there's floors. And if you want to have, I did that the opposite way. You fucked me up so bad. There's ceilings and there's floors. And if you want to have vaulted ceilings, you got to have good support. And we can't have one pillar over in the corner trying to hold up the entire structure as you show me fucking Lifecrafter's bestiary as a load-bearing wall. That's crazy. I think my recommendation would be bring the rest of the stuff closer to the level of Sensei's Divining Top or Sylvan Library versus bringing everything else down. You are a greedy, greedy man. A greedy, greedy man. Okay, so what are we missing for top deck control? I know off rip we're missing like a 4 mana Jace. We're missing the Brainstorm Jace. Wielder of Mysteries. Nope. Different one. The Mind Sculptor. We're missing this guy for sure. You can just brainstorm every turn. I also genuinely don't think this is worth committing too much of the deck to. I think that if you just accept, hey, sometimes I'm going to miss and I'm just going to draw a card for free. If you just like ramp and then start casting bigger and bigger spells, you're going to hit stuff you can cast for free. It's just going to happen. But let's look at other Commander Simic. I mean, if we were being for real, it is Mystical Tutor and Worldly Tutor. I know you're probably not going to do that if we want to stay at bracket 2, but if we were going to BFFR for a moment, these are the 2 cards. Oh, I didn't get... There we go. I think if we were going to BFFR, it would also be Scroll Rack. I think unfortunately Jace's Sanctum is kind of like it's not a very good card, which makes it kind of perfect for this. But this way, we get to scry 1 in response to casting the spell we want to trigger Rashmi with, which gives us more control than something like Lifecrafter's Bestiary. Now, we only have 24 instants and sorceries in the deck, so if you want to keep doing that, we might have to tool with that a little bit. But let's go to the playtest and see how it operates overall. We get a mana dork. Beautiful. We get a first spell during each opponent's turn. Sure. I think we Lifecrafters. Scry 1. I don't think we need that right now. So turn 3, we go Rashmi. Turn 4, I don't think we need that right now. Draw you. We have 5 mana. We Wave Break Hippocamp. What's on top? Goes to hand. Next turn, we scry 1. And see, like, the scrying 1... I mean, I guess I could try to, like, dig through time if it's hittable, but I don't have the mana to do it. My other instance, Simic Charm. So I scry 1. I see it's another, like, greedy value card. Do I have the method by which to do this? God, I could Rishkar's Expertise. Woof. I don't think it's your time right now. Alright, so we do this. We Rishkar's Expertise. What's on top? Unagi, we get it. And we didn't even... You know how beautiful, what a beautiful thing that is? We didn't even need top deck control. We just cast expensive shit. Hell yeah. So we get Unagi, now we get to draw 5. We get to free cast something. I think it's certainly High Fate Trickster. And next turn, Treasure Cruise, yeah, that'll do. I discard, like, the basic island and... God, Simic Charm. Next turn, Ugin's on top. Play a tap land. I think I just delve 3. 4, 5. Hey, look, I get a Kiora's Follower. I didn't even... The scry didn't matter. Top deck control didn't matter. All that mattered is that I cast some big honkin' dumb shit. Kiora's Follower also doesn't do anything. That's okay. We all love mana dorks. Next turn, sure, it's cute. Oh wait, we would have drawn this. The forest is on top. I don't know that. I don't know that. We have Ugin mana, or we have Dig Through Time mana. I think we just Ugin. Oh no, I miss. Whatever, I draw. Alright, this time we have Wilderness Reclamation in our opening hand. We get to do Sensei's Divining Top. I think we do go for Planar Genesis. Yeah, let's get that out. Go Rashmi. Play these two. I get a wilderness rec. I get the trigger on Rashmi for wilderness reclamation. And then I untap all my lands, and I can Pongify if I need to. Ooh, I can Unagi. Ooh, it has flash. Ooh, and I get a free Aboleth spawn. Ooh, tasty, tasty. And then end step before mine, I Sensei's Divining Top, and I'll go, okay, well, the land, you can go further down. Simic Signet, you'll go here. Bender's Waterskin, you'll go here. I draw Bender's Waterskin. Recast the Signet. Look at me, I'm having so much fun. Untap all this shit on somebody else's turn. Use my infinity mana. Use my infinity mana to always have on top of my deck what I want. And like, we should be in heaven. But I don't really think we are, because we're so averse to playing anything that's threatening. And I'm going to jump scare you for a moment. I want you to understand this is just like far end of the spectrum. At some point, you got to put the fucking worm in the bag, man. At some point. And I know you want to do it in a cool, quirky way. So now we're going to talk about what are the cool, quirky ways we could try to do this. You are going to be casting more spells than the average bear. You are... I should actually make a slide for this to help organize my thoughts so that I don't repeat myself. What do? So things your deck is going to do. Cast more spells. Spend more mana. You're not actually going to ramp that hard, although you could inadvertently. Not draw more cards, because the stuff you put into hand off of Rashmi, you are not drawing. So that means if we want to have a way to convert into a more threatening board state off of focusing on Rashmi's trigger, which I think you can upgrade what you're doing to focus on Rashmi's trigger. We care about casting spells, we care about spending mana. The only thing I know off Dome that's going to work for casting spells is like Dika Fractal Theorist. And I do think it would mandate that we up the instant and sorcery count in the deck and lower the creature count a little bit, which is great in my eyes because it gives me another reason to tell you to cut that fuck-ass Lifecrafter's Bestiary. But this would be a way where you can twiddle crazy hard, and every time you twiddle, you get an XX. Sick. Wonderful. And then you can make them unblockable when you need to. I think other options for this are going to be, we don't want mana sink. I think maybe mana value matters. We want like mana value matters, and we want like cast trigger. Commander Simic. Jin-Gitaxias could do it for expensive non-creatures if we really lean away from a creature-heavy deck. I'm not convinced that is how we want to go about it. Oh, right. Like Chrome Host Seed Shark and Shark Typhoon. What the fuck am I talking about? Or Metallurgic Summonings. Right, there's so many of these. It's been so long since I had to convert a I cast too many spells deck into lethal. Is there anything else that is like... No, okay. So what else cares about cast trigger? I mean, fucking God, Hullbreaker, right? Yeah, that that would be a threat that could end the game. Forgotten Ancient would genuinely be good whenever a player. So this would not only stack up counters from your opponents every time you get to free cast. Boom, 2 counters. Great. Now I have a threat. Ledger Shredder. He'll connive. He'll get a little bit bigger. Talrand if you lean more into instants and sorceries. Mana Gorger Hydra because you're going to be casting spells non-stop and you are a player. Shark Typhoon, which we talked about. If you want to stay on permanence, you could do something like Defiler of Vigor, but I think the upshot of this is you need to find a way to convert the things you are doing into damage on board and cards that can kill people. And right now you have like basically none of those. Everything is just dedicated towards continuing the value triggers or protecting the pieces that cause the value triggers. And at no point are we trying to take this big conveyor belt of value and hook it up to an actual outcome. So you need to get like 8 to 10 outcome cards where you feel confident that if this stays on the board, it will take over the game. I think metallurgic summonings can be that. I think if you do the like Dika metallurgic summoning Shark Typhoon angle, you should go a little bit more non-creature heavy to trigger those more reliably. Or if you don't want to do that because you think it's too fiddly, you just need to make them Clifford the Big Red Motherfucker. And then I think that fixes 90% of your problems. I think the last 10% is your top deck control is pretty low quality. Right? Like the upkeep scry ones don't actually help. The hedge maze is like one time, which is nice, but we're not like bouncing lands to do this over and over. Rivendell's sick. I'm down with Rivendell. Planetarium's cute as hell, but this is another like greedy value trigger. Revival's also cute as hell, but is only one time use. And so the big ones you're missing, I think, are the Planeswalker Jace I showed you. And then if you use Jace's Sanctum, that would also work really, really well with trying to do this like Spellslinger plan. And then I think you've got a stew going. I think right now it's just so many like, this looks like the Isle of Misfit Draft Chaff, where it's cards that you think are neat. And you're like, oh my God, casting free spells is so powerful. Rashmi probably makes it good enough because it's Simic, and I think it's almost true. But I think we're missing just a few beaters too many for it to really work. So get some threats in, up the quality of the top deck control, and then I think you're fine. I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoy.